Cheong-san's return in All of Us Are Dead Season 2 is being taken for granted by a lot of people, but even if he does come back, things might be more complicated than they seem. I am one of the people who believe Cheong-san will return in All of Us Are Dead Season 2, even though it would be quite difficult for someone to survive what he and Gwynam went through at the end of episode 11. Still, in a show about a virus that gives you super strength but transforms you into a zombie, nothing is off the table. All of Us Are Dead Season 1 was very popular for many different reasons, but whether or not Cheong-san died at the end was the topic that dominated the conversation about the Netflix original K-drama. Even now, almost 3 years after All of Us Are Dead Season 2 was announced, we don't know if Cheong-san is really dead. However, even if he is still alive, bringing Cheong-san back will not be easy. All of Us Are Dead director Lee Jae-gyu knows that bringing Cheong-san back can be tricky. The director hasn't confirmed whether Cheong-san will return. Cheong-san from All of Us Are Dead custom image by Anna Nieves. Speaking to Wikitree, via Altpop, about All of Us Are Dead months before the confirmation of Season 2, director Lee Jae-gyu discussed his ideas for a second season and whether Cheong-san could return. The director pointed out that, whereas Season 1 was about the contrast between adults and students surviving the apocalypse, Season 2 would be about the contrast between students and zombies. When it comes to Cheong-san potentially being alive, the director stated, "I think there will be viewers who won't be able to accept that, but also there are going to be fans who are happy about it." While Lee wouldn't confirm whether Cheong-san is alive, the director made it clear that he had a vague picture of what would happen in Season 2 if Yoon Chan-young were to reprise his role. Lee commented that he wants to add more plot twists in Season 2, which strongly suggests that Cheong-san could indeed return. Either way, the All of Us Are Dead director is aware of how tricky it would be to justify Cheong-san's return after he sacrificed himself to protect Onjo and the rest of the group from Gwynam. There's no way Cheong-san is not in All of Us Are Dead Season 2 in some capacity. All of Us Are Dead Season 2 wouldn't be complete without Cheong-san. There is no official confirmation that Cheong-san will return, but at this point, it's very difficult to believe that the character is really dead. Not only was Cheong-san one of the main characters in All of Us Are Dead Season 1, but Yoon Chan-young was one of the actors promoting Season 2 back when Netflix first announced the show's renewal. Lee Jae-gyu's comments also hint at Cheong-san returning in some capacity, and I can't imagine a version of Season 2 without the character even if it means lessening the impact of his sacrifice. There are ways to have Cheong-san in Season 2 without actually bringing the character back. For example, Cheong-san could appear to Onjo in a dream or a hallucination, which would fit the show's horror tone. Cheong-san could also appear in flashback sequences, perhaps in scenes set before the outbreak begins. However, both of those options would be very anticlimactic, especially considering the popularity of the character and the long wait for All of Us Are Dead Season 2. I'm fairly certain Cheong-san will be in Season 2, although he may not be exactly alive. How Cheong-san should return in All of Us Are Dead Season 2. Cheong-san's return should be bittersweet. Custom image of Cheong-san in All of Us Are Dead custom image by Yaelin Chacon. The best, most logical way to bring Cheong-san back in Season 2 would be as Hambi. Cheong-san was bitten by Gwynam in Episode 12, meaning that All of Us Are Dead already has the perfect way to explain how Cheong-san survived the fall and the explosion. Hambis are technically just as undead as any zombie, except that they retain their memories and consciousness. This would allow All of Us Are Dead to have its cake and eat it too, as Cheong-san would be back but as a very different person. There is a lot that we still don't know about All of Us Are Dead's Hambis, but they are expected to be the focus of Season 2. All of Us Are Dead Episode 12 ended with Namra reuniting with her friends after months and revealing she had found other people like her, presumably other Hambis. With director Lee Jae-gyu mentioning the contrast between students and zombies as one of his ideas for Season 2, everything is pointing toward All of Us Are Dead now being about these half-zombies. As such, Cheong-san returning as Hambi would make a lot of sense.